Today is June 2nd. I hope you are doing well. Hope you are feeling good about yourself, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever way that is. And whatever it is that you need to work on, anything that you need or want, I hope you find that thing and you do whatever it is to make it work. I'm just going to start making more videos on the spot. I've been saying that a lot the last couple of videos I made, but I just got to remind myself that to do that and constantly hold myself to the standards that I expect to hold myself and other people too as well. And I was thinking about something as I was walking, because something happened this morning. Two things actually happened this morning that really got me thinking very hard about some stuff. And I talk a lot about traumas. I talk a lot about addressing your problems. I talk a lot about being yourself. Talk a lot about digging into your past, addressing things that are wrong, acknowledging when you don't feel good. That is true. And I'm going to do just that in this video about this thing, these two things that are on my mind. First off is when people say do it for the money. When people say I need the money or blah, blah, blah. Now, as we all know, nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to get up. If we didn't have to work, or we didn't have to have anywhere to be or things to pay for and people or ourselves to take care of, the world would be a very different place. We already know that. But it doesn't take away the fact that how it feels and what it does and how it impacts people and things around us, it doesn't change that. Whether it's because of the society we live in, the structure, the system, whatever you want to call it, it still has an impact. Emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever ways you want to look at it. And some of the thoughts that went through my head for the first time, and seriously, I'm going to say at least, is just I know I can say I don't want to do certain things because I don't have as many commitments and responsibilities as other people do. And it's easy for some people, we see this a lot on social media. We have this conversation. This has been a thing in the last couple of years, at least on my end, from what I've seen. It's easy for people to say, we see this a lot in the YouTube comments and things when I watch motivational things and speeches and whatnot. It's easy to tell somebody okay, quit your 9 to 5 and start doing whatever it is you want to do. Quit this and quit that and start doing what it is you ever want to do. And a lot of people don't appreciate when people say that, but it's true. Whatever it is that you want to do, you need to do it. And you need to put everything on the line to do it. Obviously, you need to plan accordingly for that situation. You just be smart about it, You don't just up and go and then go into the wilderness and then guess and put everything on the line if you're not really willing to lose everything to get what it is you want to get. Now, so it's not easy to just stop and do something. Now, what I mean by this is I didn't show up somewhere I was supposed to today. I didn't do what, in some senses what I was supposed to do today. And I believe in doing the right thing. I believe in the right thing as it occurs to a situation. I'm not talking about right, because right is different for different people. Some of us know that, some of us don't. Right is different for everybody. But what I mean by right is what a job requires you to do, what a situation requires you to do, what the best case scenario requires you to do. That is what kind of right I believe in. The thing that is beneficial to everyone, beneficial to yourself, that is actually productive. That is right to me. And most people would agree with that, but some people have twisted, different opinions and all that stuff like that. So, to get to the point, I didn't show up to this place. I felt some kind of way a little bit that I didn't show up to this place, but I also don't feel too bad about it. And I'm not saying that I have no shame or well, why didn't I show up? Because I play a part and I contribute to something. The thing is, I'm a firm believer of if, you don't want to do something, you don't do it. If you don't feel like you belong somewhere, you don't belong there, don't go there. If you don't feel like someone invited you, they didn't invite you and all this stuff like that, then don't go. Don't force yourself to be in a space or around anyone or anything that you don't want to be around. It's so simple. It's so simple. It's a quick way. It's a quick ticket to happiness, misery, pain, embarrassment, loneliness, all those things. Don't be there. I'm not saying about this because I know some people that are in this situation know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying I feel embarrassed or lonely or anything like that around these people. It's just the thing that I'm talking about is emotionally when you feel as though you don't want to do something. And people try to override it with the money and be like, okay, but you need the money and all that. And a lot of people say those things. And I don't like when people, to me, I personally don't like when people say those things. I don't like when people try to use money as a reason why you should do something, because money doesn't make you happy, period. And those corny, everybody says that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. If you don't value what you have when you don't have money, or if you're not making much money and all that, then everything else is no good. Because when you don't have no money and all that shit, what's left? Just you, your thoughts, your mind, your friends, your family, if you have any left. The money doesn't matter. So I say this to just say, like, do what you gotta do. And I've seen the decisions that other people made over these years, committing to this one job, and they don't show up. Some people don't commit. They don't want to do better. They don't try hard. They get other people in trouble. All that. You know, it's nothing personal, but it's like, be aware of how you impact other people. And I know that. But doing things for the money is not always the answer. It's not good. And it's just not it. Yes, you have a commitment. Yes, you have something that you should be putting your energy towards. And as a matter of fact, you should be very, very committed to what it is that you want to do or you set out to be. As a man, as a woman, you should do that. Follow up on whatever it is that you're supposed to follow up on. And that's on period. That's on God, or whatever you want to say. That's 100, that's whatever. Whatever you say you want to do or you're going to be or you're going to go or you want to see, follow up to it. You know, honor whatever it is that you said you were going to do. And I honor what I'm going to do. I honor what I said I was going to do. And just because you don't show up one day or for a period of time doesn't mean that you don't honor. Doesn't mean that you don't care. Doesn't mean that you're changing and things like that. Because people are going to say those things to you. People are going to tell you or wonder if something's wrong. People are going to ask all kinds of questions, and it's nothing. It's just you just don't feel like it. And I'm the type of person where I'll burn myself out just to get the maximum experience, just so I can know that I did it and I tried and I came and I was early and I stayed late and I put all my energy into it and I'm serious. I'm the kind of person who would do that, but there's a price to pay when you do things like that. There's a price to pay. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you name it. And that's all I'm saying for this first thing. I'm going to actually cut this because this camera is dying. And I'll make another video, so just look out for that if you're into this. And the second clip is going to be about this other thing that happened today. And yeah, that's it for today. That's it for this video, for this little portion. That's just money ain't it. Money is not always it. Do it for the money doesn't always cut it. It really doesn't. And when you know that you can fall back and you really don't need to exert yourself any further, and you know you have other plans and other options, don't always fall for do it for the money. Don't always let your consciousness tell you do it for the money, because we have society and family and friends and just things that push do it for the money into us, and it's not always about the money. Because you can die trying to do it for the money. You can kill yourself trying to do it for the money. You can lose your friends, lose your family, lose your relationship because you want to do it for the money. You can lose your passion, lose faith, lose purpose, lose hope for trying to do it for the money. And that's not what I'm saying for me. Personally, for me, it's just there's other things that were planned, and there are other things that I had on my mind, and other things that were more important to me. So sometimes when you choose not to do something for the money, for the cause, for the purpose, it's okay. And you got to cut yourself some slack. You got to give yourself a break, because you don't got to take everything so serious. So I'm going to cut this because I got to charge this battery, and just look out for the second part to this where I explain something traumatic that happened and why it matters. So thanks again for listening to anything that I say. Share it, comment, like, review. all that stuff. Sharing the experiences and how you feel about what I said, or if you can relate. Thanks on that.